Hello everybody and welcome back to Balake Farms, Calmsden. Please join me still in July and we are trying to get these peas up. So we're not far away now from getting these peas finished. So I'm going to carry on, get this field done, and then we're going to move on to the canola field just there with the combine, and then we'll be moving down into the wheat field and getting that done as well. So there's plenty to be done this month. Plenty to be done. Well, we're going to start with these peas, get these done. Hopefully we will just sell them directly and they'll get us a good price, and then we will nip up to that canola field, get that done, and then, like I say, we'll get the wheat done, and then we can get the straw baled because we're running out of bedding for the cows now, so the more straw the better. And then we'll start working on replanting the canola and wheat for next year, because obviously we want that straight in the ground next month. So plenty to be done this episode. Hopefully we can get through the majority of it. I'd also like to get some cow's milk down to the dairy and start making things. I see earlier that we're about 48 cows in our 50 cow shed, so we won't be buying any buffaloes, but what we might be doing is planting some sugar beet for next year, and then we can make something like the strawberry milkshakes or the different little bits and bobs there. Obviously we can't do anything with the goats because goats don't work, but we'll make the milk into something valuable. So we might be doing a bit of butter and chocolate to start with. If we can get some sugar beet and get some sugar going, we can then do, like I say, let's have a look. I think we can do milk, strawberry milk. Requires sugar. We could just turn it into powdered milk. Could do yogurt, but we need sugar again. We can do garlic butter if we get some garlics going. We can make just plain old cheese. Or we can make plain old butter. Or if we really want, we can just bottle the milk, I believe. Yeah, bottle milk, which is just 10 milk to 20 bottles. So you sort of effectively double your output, but we'll have to have a look on price, see what's the best price, and from there we'll pick out what we're going to do. But to start off, we're going to have to work hard and get this field harvested. Now, I have done a bit of this off camera and we're not a million miles away from getting done, but the trailer is about full, so if this fills the harvester, we won't get it in the trailer, which ain't the end of the world. We can come back with another load. We will have to check where the peas are best sold today. I was going to get that processing plant, but with the cost of it and how many peas and how many vegetables we do, it wasn't going to be worth it. At least with the sugar beet into sugar, we do it once. Sugar factory will take ages and we can just keep filtering it down and it'll just keep making sugar in the background, which we'll then just chuck straight into our extended dairy. But for now, let's get cracked on and let's get all of this field harvested. And then we can use our new combine, which we've only done the soybeans with. So that is the peas all done. So I don't think we're going to get it all in this trailer by about a couple of 1,000 litres. Yeah. Bit of a shame, but we'll get this taken over close to the road. Then we'll run the lorry over and we'll get the first load sold. And then we'll come back for the last 2,442 litres. And then we can get on to the combining, the good stuff. So we'll start, like I say, with this canola field. And then we'll head down to the 2 wheat fields. Canola's going into storage for now, and then the wheat will also go into storage, but it'll probably end up down at the chickens because that is our chicken feed. But yeah, let's get this pulled up somewhere like here so we can get it unloaded easy. I might even... I was thinking about leaving it in the trailer, but we kind of need the full trailer, especially when we do the wheat further away. So let's have a look at prices. Peas. So they're not the best, but they're not the worst at the moment. And we can get, if we go there, we can get 1806, which is not far off the best price. So where's that going to take us? I think this is the one by the shop, if I remember rightly. Just have a quick look. Yeah, right up by the shop, so not too far away. 35,000 litres to start us off with, and then we'll be coming back for 2,000 litres. So I'll get heading that way, and then I'll see you over at the sell point where we'll get these fresh peas sold directly. Right, so here we are. The lorry does make quick work of travelling, so let's get these peas sold and find out what it's going to equivalent to. So 17,500 litres. We should see a nice return. I can't remember if this one gives us the environmental score or not, but we'll soon find out. It's £31,000 plus £1,000 environmental. So not too bad, and we get to double that and go again. There we go. Just pull forward a bit because you weren't quite over the trigger, and there we go. Another should take us up to over £200,000. So we should have plenty of money to start thinking about getting sugar mills and planting sugar beet next year. It's £203,000. Not too shabby. So we're going to quickly run back down to the yard, pick up that last 2,000 litres. It's not a lot, but we might as well get it sold. Because if we don't sell it now, I'll forget about it. And I don't know if we'll do peas next year, because I'm thinking we've got my heart set on a bit of sugar beet. So, best to get it sold now, and then we can at least pocket the money, and it'll help towards buying the sugar mill. But yeah, let's head back over to the field. Let's get that last bit picked up, and then I'll quickly sell it, and then I'll see you guys when I'm in the combine in the canola field. So here we are, starting the canola harvest. So as you can see, we've got the nice big combine on the job. So I have just sold that last bit of peas, and we are now up to £208,000 in the bank. So really doing quite well. So we're going to quickly get this harvested. It shouldn't take too long with this nice big header and this nice combine. We've got the lorry on standby, and the header trailer awaits its removal down to the wheat fields straight after. Then, like I say, we'll start cultivating the land up and we'll start working it towards... Probably going to put wheat in this one next time. Put canola oil down at the bottom too. Just because if we do get an oil mill at some point, it's nice to start stockpiling that canola oil. If not, it's just a perfect payday. I think we can sell it in December, so it's always nice to have some money there, what we can make at different points. But yeah, so we'll get this done. It shouldn't take too long, like I say, with this nice big combine. I say big combine, it's not as big as the new Star ones, but it's big for this series. So let me get cracked on, and I'll see you guys either at the first trailer fill, or if we get the field done, we'll have a count up of how much we got. Right, so here we are. We've got 17,616 litres of beautiful canola going to the yard. So I'm going to put it in the top yard again. Been putting all my crops in the yard where the cows are, just because it's a bit easier to manoeuvre around that yard tipping. And we're going to store it. I'm hoping to build an oil mill. We might yet build an oil mill today. I've got to have a look at some prices, if there's something cheap. I'm thinking the old wind turbine, it's not a wind turbine, the old windmills we've been building, using them on quite a few series now, but they're reasonably priced for the output you get. In fact, is it worth tipping it? Is it worth just building one? Because the cost of them is so low that they're just so worthwhile having. So let's have a scroll down. It should be down here somewhere. There's 3 of them. I mean, they are slow. There they are, all 3. So I think we'll go for the old Polish one. Not gone for the old Polish one, I don't think yet. And I think we put that up in this yard here. So it tips that side, which is a bit annoying because, yeah, I think we go for that. Put that there, and we soften that up, not too much, so we don't ruin the tip point, because I have been doing that a lot lately. But yeah, let's make that look really nice. And what I'm going to do eventually, well, sometime soon, I'm going to concrete all the bits in this yard here. So we've got roadways to them all. But for now, that is perfect area. And we might as well get this canola transformed straight away. And I say the cost, it's cost us what, £27,000 bit of smoothing. It's not mega money, and it's going to turn it into canola oil for us. And then we can also put the sunflowers in there this year, and we can. Oh, didn't do that very well. We can get the sunflowers turning into sunflower oil, which is worth quite a bit of money as well. And then if we're really brave, we can get some olive oil, olives going in a glass house, and we can make some olive oil. It's a lot slower production, don't get me wrong, but if it's just running in the background all the time, it wouldn't be much of a problem, would it? We could make a few quid out of basically no effort apart from buying the glass house to grow the olives in. So yeah, I might have a look into something like that, but for the time being, we've got all of our crops and such, our canola, sunflowers, and we could even do a bit of flour if we got too much wheat. So after we fed the chickens for the year, if we've got loads left, we could do a bit of flour and then sell the flour directly. But there we are. So this little production area we've got going here is starting to look quite busy. And like I say, the thing you can't forget with these, open the cover or it just won't work. Now, the next thing is, I was just going to say, is this lorry going to tip? So are we on the back or are we in the front? Let's just get it. Thought we'd be on the... There we go. I think we're on the front tip. Yeah. There's like 116 litres in the back compartment. What we just couldn't get in the front. You can't even see it in the back there, but yeah, there is some in there, as you'll see in a second. Yeah, 116 litres. So let's get this straightened up and let's get that last bit tipped, which is literally nothing. But there we are. So we can get that set now to running canola oil. So if we go into our factory list, which is slowly growing, we can activate the oil. So there we are. We'll have some canola oil soon, and the turbine should be turning. There we go. So I think that Polish one's actually the fastest one, so it's probably the better one to have. I'm not sure, I'd have to check, but I'm sure it is quicker than the other ones. Right, I'm going to head down here now and go to the wheat field, and then I'll take the header across there and we'll start doing the wheat. Right, so here we are at the wheat field. So we're going to start with the smaller one. We're going to try and make this a bit as neat as possible, because obviously we will be having... We do need the straw, so we're going to have to enable the straw swap. There we go. So yeah, we need the straw off it because we need that for our cows to keep them bedded up. So I'm going to try and do it as neatly as possible because it'll make the baling so much easier. So we will try and do nice straight lines, let it finish, and then start the next one instead of doing loads of curlies. But yeah, we're going to get this quickly run over. It won't take long, these two fields. There's not a lot here, I wouldn't have thought. I'd be surprised if we can fill one compartment on the trailer. And then we'll run over with the baler and we'll get it baled. But we obviously have to take the combine and everything back to the yard, which is... It's quite far away, these fields are, but they weren't bad for the money at the time, and they're quite useful fields. And then we will probably bring the slurry and the manure tankers over here. Might want... I think either the Fiat or the case because they're quite hilly, and we'll get these spread so we're not using so much liquid fertilizer next time. So this did have it on last time and it's yielding 122%, so if that's any indication, it must be either a very good field or all that fertilizing we did with the cow poop, it did work. But yeah, let's get cracked on. And then we'll get some baling done, and then we'll get some poo spread. So I was very wrong. We are going to fill the first compartment. So we've got another combine full. So we pretty much had a combine full last time, and we've got another one full again. So we might actually fill the trailer out of this field, which will be nice. That'll be plenty of chicken food for the year, I would have thought. I think we're still stocking some from last year. So if we have a look. So yeah, we've still got 12,000 litres spare in storage. And I think the trailer... We skip for all the vehicles. Yeah, still got 6,000 litres. So we're doing quite well on wheat, really. So we might even be able to, at some point, put some into the mill. We might be able to put 10,000 litres or so, get some flour, get it floured up before December, and we might be able to make some good money out of it. But we don't want to be too short for the chickens. I can't remember how much we got last time, so I'll have a check into it, and if we're going to have spare, we might put some through the mill and make some flour to earn us some extra pennies. Right, I think that's nearly empty, and we'll carry on. So yeah, I'm making the straw swaths as nice as possible, so baling can be as easy as possible. And I'd also, I don't know if we swap to, let me show you guys, a square baler. I don't know if we get the Claas Quadrant baler as an upgrade from our round baler. It'll be quicker. Bales should be as big, if not bigger. And I think it'll be, well, it'll be a lot quicker for us. So we pretty much keep it as it is, and we could just buy it like that. And then I don't know how much ours is worth. How much did we pay for it? I don't think we paid a lot for it. It's 12. Which one have we got? We got a £12,000 one. So yeah, I might think about selling that, because these are 180 and you can get 240 out of the Quadrant, so they'll be bigger, so less of them. Easier to stack in my eyes. Round bales aren't as easy. But yeah, we could just whip through it with the tractor without having to stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. And I probably wouldn't miss as much, because when I forget to stop, drive over it, leave a puddle. Yeah, it's something I'm definitely considering. It's it would be a nice upgrade, or we keep the round baler and we get a square baler as well, and then we see if we ever use the round baler again. Not sure, might be an idea. But yeah, anyway, let's get this field finished. I'll ponder that decision, and then I'll see if I'll get a square baler or we will stick with the round baler. But I do think square baling is a lot easier. Round baling's good, but it is slow. Right, let's get this field cracked. Right, so we've got the wheat fields done. We've got 31,674 litres of wheat to take over to our storage area. Yeah, it didn't yield as badly as I thought it was going to. It actually did better than the canola field by nearly double. So yeah, those two little fields are well worth their weight in gold. I don't know if the fertilisation helped or it was just lucky. So I'm going to plant canola down there next time, I think, and we'll see if we get anywhere near the same again or it's worse, and then we can have a bit of a judgment on it. So we'll get this tipped out, we'll run the lorry back to the yard. I think I'm going to buy the Quadrant baler, so then we're going to have to run the Fiat or the case over to the store, probably the Fiat because it's not got the jewelries on it. We'll pick up a Quadrant baler, we'll see how we get on with that, and then we might sell the round baler later on. And if that's the case, we'll carry on with those square bales, which I think will be easier for us anyway. And then after we've baled it, picked the bales up, we'll try and spread some poo on there if we have time. Let me get this to the yard, we'll get it unloaded, and then we'll start the task of baling once we've run the combine and the David Brown back to the yard. Right, so we got that tipped into the silo. We're just running the combine back to the yard now, and then we'll follow with the David Brown, and then we need to get that Quadrant baler bought. So we can check in on our crops on the way past. This is the sunflower field, looking really good. It won't be long before they're ready for harvest, and to say we might even put the majority of them through our mill oil and turn it into oil so we can get it sold. And then if we, because I don't think it'll take it all, we'll just keep it in the silo and we'll just keep running it back and forth until we've got it all through, hopefully. So we'll run this over now, back to the yard. We'll grab the David Brown, run that back, but first, while that's driving itself, hopefully not for anyone's crops or windows, we're going to buy this Quadrant baler, and I don't think there's anything we need to add on to this. It's got twine in it. We're just going to buy that. It's £84,000. So quite a steep investment of ours, but I think it'll make life so much quicker and make baling so much faster, even for the grass. We just think how much, well, the hay, think how much quicker it'll be if we can just run up, down, up, down, up, down, and not stop, start. It's surprising, deceiving how long that stopping, unloading the bale, waiting for it to shut up, and going again takes. Whereas with the square baler, you can just sort of turn around and job's good and the bale's out and carry on. But yeah, let's get everything run back to the yard, and then we'll take the Fiat over there and pick up the new baler. So here we are collecting the new baler. It's a Claas Quadrant 1200, and she is a fine old thing. So this should make baling so much quicker, and I'm hoping, we do need to check that this Fiat will run it. I don't think it will require that much horsepower, but we will just double check. Where is it? Claas Quadrant. So we need 120 horsepower, and I'm pretty sure this Fiat is a lot more than that. Yeah, it's 180. So yeah, it should run it fairly nicely. And by the looks of it, it's a France build. That's a byword for reliability, that. But yeah, I'm hoping this setup is going to make baling so much quicker. So let's get it across to the field and let's test that theory. But yeah, I'll head over there and then we will get some baling under the way with the new Quadrant baler. Right, so it was a lot faster baling with the square baler, but I hadn't, for some reason I couldn't get it to change over to the bigger bales, so we've only done the 8,500 litre ones. Not too much of a problem, just a few more to be picked up. So we should be able to evict all them bales out the back now, as you can see, and we'll get her folded up, we'll run her back to the yard now, and then we'll bring the lorry over here, get these collected. So I'm probably going to leave this baler up at the grassy area because that's where the balers balers and bits and bobs like that stay. Just to keep the main yard a bit more free because it's quite full over at the main yard as well. Quite a lot of vehicles, not a lot of storage. As I say, we will be tidying up the area around all the productions soon. I'll put some concrete paths in and we'll make some roadways and tidy that up, instead of just having loads of productions dumped in a random field. It's on my to-do list, I will get it done. But yeah, let's go get the lorry once we've dumped this, and then we can get them bales picked up and over to the cowshed. Right, we've got some bale collecting to do. So I brought the lorry over, got the telehandler, and we'll start stacking these square bales. So I did say they're easier to stack, but we'll soon find out if that's the case or not. But we'll try and get them all put on the trailer as nicely as possible, and then say we'll offload them at the cows and get them put in the shed for when they need more bedding. So I did top them up before we started, so I think we've got 2 round bales left now. So not too bad, and there we are. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 bales to go collect. It would have been less, but I couldn't get the baler to do the bigger bales, which was a bit annoying, but it's not the end of the world. We'll grab all these bales and then we can get these taken over to the storage, and then I'm going to figure out how to get that baler. Just see if it's something stupid I've done. I'll Google it later. And then if we can get it doing the big 13,000 litre ones, that would be really nice. Ooh, let's not lose it. But yeah, let's get these all stacked on there. Shouldn't take too long. Probably bring the lorry a bit closer. Then hopefully we'll have a bit of time to spread some poo, but I'm not sure. We'll find out. And there we are. Let's get these. If we can do them in 2s, it'll be... Oh, if we can get them off our times in 2s, it'll be a lot quicker. There we go. Right, I'm going to bring the lorry over, and then I'll carry on trying to pick up these bales. So we've got all the bales collected, so we're going to head back over to the cow shed now, and we've got 100... Ooh. Got a bit of tyre slippery, John. I think it's because I was trying to cheat and take the telehandler with us, but yeah, it's not going to work. It was a bit of a cheat. But yeah, we've got quite a few thousand litres on. I think I've left... No, apparently we've got less bales now. Don't know. But yeah, anyway, we've got over 100,000 litres of bales on. So that is perfect. That's going to keep the cows going for another year. So we'll get this nipped over there now. And then we can get it offloaded into our shed. And we'll stack them all in the wall. And then, like you say, well, I might even chuck one over into the pit. Depends if the cows are using them as quickly as what we thought. Well, we've got plenty of manure and slurry then to spread on the fields. So it should be free fertiliser for us. And if we've got enough after doing those two, I will run and do that one where we pulled the canola. And then at least once we cultivate it all in, the field should be 100% ready and well fertilised for us. So yeah, let's pull up over here and give as much room as we can to the telehandler. So yeah, it wasn't too bad stacked, to be fair. Really not too bad stacked. I mean, I didn't stack them neatly because I knew we weren't going to fill the trailer up, but there we are. I'll run the telehandler over there now and we'll get these bales offloaded. Shouldn't take too long at all. So here we are with the first load of poo to go on. Let's give it a go. So this should hopefully save no end of fertiliser for us. We should be able to lay this on, then lay manure on top of it, and then we should get a really good application. Now the fear is going to be pulling this. I can see from the minimap where I've been, but it's obviously not very fast because, yeah, 180 horsepower. I mean, it's not a lot of literage, but it's enough to really slow progress down on the old Fiat. So it's not a bad tractor. We've done 18 hours in it now. I am looking that soon we're going to have to upgrade to something just a little bit bigger, especially because we're using the case a lot more now, and the case has obviously got the big cultivator to go on the back of it. We're going to have to really keep on top of matching other vehicles now. So we've got this as the next powerful tractor, but then the next one I think it's like 100 horsepower. So we're going to need some more 200 horsepower tractors, I think, to start pulling a few of the bits of equipment. Even the rolls are getting bigger. Fiat pulls it, but obviously it'd be nice to have some more power on the farm. Right, let's get this tank emptied. Let's see what it's going to take. It doesn't seem to be doing too much to the soil at the moment. So I'm hoping the time we spread the manure on top of it, we can really bring those values up. I was rather hoping we'll get them all in the green, so when we come to drilling again, that we're honestly not using a lot of artificial fertiliser, should I say, and we can use all of the cow's muck to basically grow our crops. Because like you say, artificial fertilisers are very expensive. It's nice to use all of the free stuff. So as you can see, it's starting to come up a bit now. But it might just be the different soil types on these fields we've got. Because I don't think... can't remember what these ones are. I don't know if they're loam. But obviously different soil types give you different applications. So we'll get that done. And then we'll just run back over it and see if it makes much of a difference. Is it making any difference? Don't think it is, to be fair. I need to do this bottom end anyway. Get this bit all done. Don't go too close to the stream. We'll get shot if we fill the stream full of cow manure. There we are. So hopefully the solid manure will bring that field up. Right, let's turn that off and head towards the other field. So we've put about 11,000 litres on that field, which ain't too bad, to be fair. We probably will have enough to do the other field by the yard as well, hopefully. This one's going to take, I think, a lot more. There we go. It's doing orange again, so yeah, probably when we get the solid manure on here, it will make a difference. Obviously, that we can only cart in 5,000 litres, so there'll be quite a few trips. Well, I think automatic application is on, isn't it? Yeah, automatic application's on, so it's putting on what it thinks the field needs. So it might just be once we drill a nice crop in here, it'll just add on if it needs any, and if it doesn't, it won't bother. So we'll get this tank emptied, which won't take too long now. We'll get around the headland. Surprising what 20,000 litres will actually... how far 20,000 litres will go. And so we're going to be putting canola up this end of the farm next time than these two fields. So we've got to bear in mind we've got 31,000 litres off wheat. I'd like to check that against what we're going to get off the canola just to see if it's a similar value. I know the canola should yield less, but obviously, well, we only got out of that big field of ours 17,000 litres. I'm going to put wheat in there and just want to see what the difference is really. See if these fields are actually two littler fields are better than the one big field, which if it is, we'll be growing our better crops over here and leave that one for the little bit less better crops. We've also got the big fields now as well, so we've got soybeans in the big one, and we've got corn in the next big one, and then sunflowers in the next big one. So we're using all of the ones that could make us quite a good bit of money are in the big fields. These ones we're using for our feed and just different bits and bobs. I say sugar beet as well. We will be doing some sugar beet, so we might even put that in the peas field, the sugar beet. But there we are. We have emptied 20,000 litres of slurry on the field. So I think we're going to leave it there today, guys. And then next time we can fill this up again and we'll go back to that field and carry on from where we've left off. Then we'll grab the solid manure and we'll get that spread as well and see if we can bring that nitrogen level right up, and then we'll lime spread both of them fields and then head over and do the canola field the same. But yeah, thank you for watching. If you've liked today's episode, please give it a thumbs up. Any suggestions, please leave them below. And if you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell, you'll get a notification of the next video. I'll see you there.